And then Susan and I return for News 3 at 6. We're the only people working today,
That's
apparently.
right. We're the only ones in the newsroom.
Well, not the only ones. We got these guys. The deer hunt is in full swing here in Wisconsin.
But Esty and Lola found one lucky deer in Michigan who lives to run another day. Here's this week's edition of the Newshounds. Talk about a deer in the headlights. This deer stood in the middle of a busy Michigan highway for half an hour until a sheriff's deputy came to her rescue. The officer's dashboard cam captured the video. He approached the doe very slowly, picked her up, and carried her to the side of the road. She was apparently dazed after being grazed by a car, but after a bit more coaxing, she ran into the woods, no worse for the wear.
While we're on the deer watch, Esty found this unusual sight. Santa's reindeer came face to face with some curious penguins at the London Zoo. Father Christmas and his herd took in the sights and sounds at their brand new reindeer lodge. The Arctic reindeer seemed pretty curious about the penguins, whose Antarctic home couldn't be farther from the North Pole.
Lola reports the Occupy protests have gone to the dogs in Portland. It's the 99 paw scent. It's Dog-upy. Protesters are demonstrating against two local banks, and they say the dogs are a great way to make a point and keep the peace.
And now a high-speed chase in Tucson. Well, Esty says it's not so high speed. This little pup slipped away from his owners at a truck stop and hit the road. Arizona Highway Patrol in hot pursuit. He turned out to be a handful. And get this, he was running in the carpool lane. The charges keep piling on. But finally, the officer was able to corner the culprit. He was read his rights and returned to his owner, safe and sound.
Lola cranks up the cute meter. 49 lucky little survivors of an oil spill off the coast of New Zealand returned to the wild this week. These blue penguins were rescued in October, cleaned up, and nursed back to health. The penguins have all been microchipped so they can be monitored for the next 12 months. And by the look of things, they couldn't be happier to be back home.
Esty wants you to meet Jake, the Border Collie. He holds court at the Foot Glass Company in Medina, Ohio. And once you meet Jake, you'll find out there's only one thing on his mind. He wants you to sit with him and watch his favorite movie, Babe, the story of the talking pig. Ever since Jake was a puppy, he's loved watching movies with animals in them. And once Jake saw Babe, he was hooked. And it turns out Jake doesn't like Rex, the bad dog in the movie. Look what happens when the fighting scene comes on. Jake's gone through 7 TVs, 10 VCRs, and 26 Babe tapes. I guess that's a big paws up.
And that's this week's edition of the Newshounds. Oh, buddy.
I think we got to get him hooked on a new TV show. The
Esty
Newshounds.
likes to watch TV too, doesn't he?
Anything with animals in it.
Isn't that interesting?
He doesn't quite get that violent or involved.
That
Jake,
dog looks like Rex in the Babe
Maybe
movie.
that's the problem.
Maybe.
All right, that's all our time for now. Have yourselves a great holiday weekend.
Shop till you drop, everybody. And go Badgers tomorrow, too.
Absolutely.
Fingers crossed.
We'll see you back here on Monday.